Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Jonathan Acosta, and I'm running for Senate District 16, where I will represent the people of Central Falls and Pawtucket behind these very doors. If you had met me in my first years of life, you would have assuredly bet against my odds of success. To use the words of the late great Tupac Shakur, picture me inside the misery of poverty. No man alive has ever witnessed struggles I've survived. I'm a first-generation American born to undocumented migrants from Colombia. When I was born, neither of my parents had more than a high school education, and they split up long before I can remember. When I was 10 years old, I qualified for public health care just 2 weeks before doctors discovered a heart complication, and I underwent life-saving surgery where we paid just a $100 copay. I grew up eating school lunch and went from public schools in Miami to the Ivy League just a few blocks from here on College Hill. I believe that rather than talented, I've been lucky. We live in a country where my story is the exception rather than the rule, where demography is destiny. That's why after I graduated, I went home to teach and try to give students the same opportunities I was fortunate enough to leverage for my own success. I believe that though I may be the epitome of the American dream, I cannot sit around and watch while many of my brothers and sisters are denied a shot at that very dream. I believe that collectively, we are not free. In 1776, freedom meant that white property-holding men could vote, decide how to allocate their resources, and engage in their respective pursuits of happiness. It took almost 200 years for those freedoms to be extended to women and people of color, by which time freedom meant something more. The right to a quality public education, the right to affordable housing, the right to health care, the right to earn a wage that one can live off of, the right to decide what happens to one's body, and still, the right to the pursuit of happiness. I believe that we are not free until we have dismantled structural inequality, developed sustainable clean energy, enacted a $15 minimum wage that pays equal pay for equal work, extended health care for all, provide affordable housing, ensured quality public education starting at pre-K, undergone campaign finance reform, criminal justice reform, and implemented sensible gun control. I believe that making others free makes me more free. I believe that I am not alone. I quote Muhammad Ali using one of the shortest poems in the English language in saying, "Me, we," to underscore the power of the group of people standing with me today. We stand by an agenda that prioritizes people, freedom, and democracy. One person or candidate can and may lose, but a movement is much harder to shut out. Where we once may have felt alone fighting our battles for justice, we now stand in solidarity for our cities and towns, the state of Rhode Island, and the rest of the country to see. Thank you.